Okay. I'm sorry. I just need to complain about this. Pokemon Home, the Pokemon storage system that is for mobile, Switch, all that. I need to complain about what like the updates for it for new like support for the newer games takes way too long in my opinion. Like, oh, this is just oh, it's infuriating that it takes so long. Sword and Shield, I know these and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, they got support day of Pokemon Home, but that was only because they got it the day Pokemon Home was released. So obviously you're working with that. The Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor DLC for Sword and Shield got it day of, so it made me think, okay, when the next games, whatever they may be, back when I was playing those, back when those games stuff came out, like I thought, oh, okay, let like, oh, those will get home support day of, or if it's pretty close to it, and then Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl comes out, and they don't have home support right away. Yeah, and looking into it, okay. And after I looked into some things, yeah, okay, fine. It's still a little weird, but for being remakes, even though they're more remasters or than anything, but like, oh, just. mm. Then there's Legends Arceus. This makes sense. It didn't get home support right away because the entire point of that game is to, you know, get uh the Pokedex done. Yeah, that's the entire point of that game. So obviously, don't encourage people to do that right away. Okay, fine. But it took till May of 2022 for it to get home support, but Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl as well. And we are now waiting for Scarlet and Violet to get home support. And ooh, it is. Ooh, it's frustrating. Some people may say, oh, it doesn't need to get home support because Scarlet and Violet are not stable games, so they're not ready. But it's like, if it would be useful to have that, so in case, say, a bug that can wipe save datas is running rampant, you can save your Pokemon. Like, I don't know, my almost entire full box of shinies, or my team, or whatever. But it's projecting April to June that some people are projecting that this is going to happen. Some people think after the Decidueye event that's going to be happening this week and next week. Some people think, oh, after that, that's why they're doing the Decidueye event back to back because they want people to actually do the event instead of, just, oh, do the event for 1 week, the week break they release home, and then just transfer into Decidueye so then they don't bother with the other one. But, like, ugh, this wasn't a problem back in the bank era because 2014, 2013 was like late 2013, early 2014 was when it released, and X and Y got support for it right away, obviously, because it came out. But then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire got it, like, I think, day of release of those games, which is like, okay, yeah, those are remakes. Obviously, people can already, like, transfer in those Pokemon into these games, so it's like, okay, they're remakes, it makes sense, for whatever, they can communicate with X and Y and all that, so they would be able to get out anyway, so okay. Sun and Moon, when they released, they didn't have bank support right away. I think maybe a little bit encouraging people to catch all the Pokemon in all the new Pokemon in Sun and Moon and all that. And also it couldn't communicate with X and Y or any of the Gen 6 games at the time. Well, it still can't. But it got it January of 2017, about 2 months after Sun and Moon came out. Again, probably to get all the new info about all the new Pokemon added, regional forms, and a new Pokedex feature for the bank. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon got bank support right away because, again, they could communicate with Sun and Moon, so it could cause issues of, oh, I need to transfer out like this Alolan Raticate that I caught in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon into Bank for some unknown reason why you need an Alolan Raticate. You could just trade it up to Sun and Moon, and then they could go to Bank, bypassing that. So again, and also because it's a third version. But then we go to Pokemon Home. I gotta get to it here. Give me a second. I completely butchered that. Whatever. Pokemon Home updates. Version history. The first release was Sword and Shield and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee immediate support, which, like, obviously because it just released. Then the next update, major update at least, that followed was the Isle of Armor day of, and I know it was day of because I was playing that day. And then the next following update was Crown Tundra, and again, I knew that because I was playing it at that time. And then the next update was, I think it was the Pokemon Go one, where Pokemon from Pokemon Go could go to Pokemon Home, which, okay, yeah, get another feature in there. So, and I think Pokemon Go updated alongside that, so, it was around that time at least. And then nothing major for a year, mainly because 2021 had only Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and that released at the end of the year in November of 2021, so not really much. And it was, we already knew that it was going to be after Legends Arceus got home support that Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl would get home support, so it's like, okay, those two are probably going to get them at the same time, and a lot of people thought like 1 or 2 months after Legends Arceus came out, so like February, March timeline, and I thought maybe that too. Like, I was optimistic, and then more and more time passed, and then May 17th, 2022, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus get, yeah, they got home support. 6 months after Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl got released, they get home support. 6 months. And Legends Arceus, it was like 4 months, but still, that's a long, long time. And now the current updates they're doing are, oh yeah, we need to make it, like, at least on the mobile versions, like, oh yeah, we need to make it so you can actually view battle data for Scarlet and Violet. That's not really useful if I can't, freaking, that's not useful if I can't, put anything that was added in Scarlet and Violet into those games. Scarlet and Violet already are, I think, ready for home support. I don't know if they have support for all of the old Origin marks, the Virtual Console Game Boy games, the Gen 6 games, Gen 7, Let's Go, Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus Origin marks. I don't know if it has support for that, or if it does, I'm not sure, but it already has a full list of, like, transfer-exclusive Pokemon, like, I gotta look it up. I know, like, some starters, like the Charmander line. Yeah, obviously you can get that through, Terra raids and harass people on Surprise Trade or Winter Trade or whatever you want to call it at this point, because there was an event for that freaking forever ago now. But, like, yeah, Charmander line is the legendary birds, Mewtwo, Mew, the Cyndaquil line, the super ancient Pokemon, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, the Lake Guardians, the Creation Trio, Heatran, Cresselia, Arceus, the Oshawott line, what are they? The Forces of Nature Quartet, the Meloetta, the Gen 6 starters, and obviously Froakie, because we all know Froakie, because that event happened, and all that. Carbink and Diancie, I get, they're tied together, but, like, yeah. Hoopa, Volcanion, the Rowlet line, obviously we know the Decidueye event's the next raid event, so that's coming. Oh, yeah, we knew that. Magearna, and, the all Gen 8 starters, including, like, yeah, we knew Scorbunny, because Cinderace raid event, so yeah. Zacian, Zamazenta, Eternatus, Cubfu, Inertifu, Zarude, Regieleki and Regidrago, but not the other Regis, which I find weird, but whatever. Glacier and Spectre and Calyrex, and all of the new Legends Pokemon. And plus, like, the Cat Pikachus, some of the, like, Alolan Raichu, Alolan Diglett and Dugtrio, Alolan Meowth and Persian, Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine, Galarian Slowpoke and Slowbro, Alolan Grimer and Muk, a bunch of regional forms for Pokemon that are already supported, plus the legendary, plus the Galarian birds, the Hisuian starters, um, yeah, obviously Hisuian Zoroark and Zoroark. I got a shiny Hisuian Zoroark, I'm happy. Um, and like some of the alternate forms, like Magearna, Zarude, and Pokeball Pattern Vivian, if they would ever make that thing available. But like, it's frustrating that they take so long for home updates when they think, oh, you know, we need to have like, battle data for Scarlet and Violet to be visible in Pokemon Home and only on the mobile version. I mean, yeah, sure, it has been going through a lot of maintenance lately, like, oh boy, a lot of maintenance updates. And part of me is thinking, being hopeful, like, oh, they're getting it ready for Scarlet and Violet, because they're they're getting it ready for Scarlet and Violet support, because from what I understand, for like the uh BSP and Legends, it took like 19 hours for some people to get in to Pokemon Home after that update. So maybe like after that, it'll like 19 prior to Pokemon Home's major 2.0 update. The servers went down for maintenance between 0 UTC and 600 UTC on May 18th, 2022. Afterwards, users were given staggered login times for 19 hours until about 100 UTC on May 19th to reduce server load. However, newly created accounts after maintenance were not staggered can log in immediately. Part of me thinks that they're doing all this maintenance now so that when the I want to say it's like 3.0 update probably comes out, it's not as staggered for people to get in. So it's like, okay, a lot more people can come in at one time, or everyone's ready. Unlike the Zeraora distribution, where Pokemon Home was down for like, at least, like, I think it was like 2 hours. Or something like the Zeraora distribution when that was going on. It was like 2-ish hours or something. Um, yeah. Oh, man, that was a lot. I'm gonna try and see what, like, there was, like, it took, like, hours for that, and it was, like, man, that was, yeah, not fun. Gonna put it simply, and I was waiting for that a lot. But, it's just, I'm hoping it comes soon, because they gave a release window originally of spring of 2023, and it's almost spring, like within a week, I think. And then Pokemon Presents, they changed it to be early 2023, but there's a lot of signs saying it's probably this month or next month, and I'm very hopeful this month. Partly because, oh, the eShop's shutting down, Pokemon Bank's gonna be impossible to use if you never downloaded it originally, but I just needed to rant about this, and I went on for like 14 minutes, so yeah. Hello, editing lump here real quick. I just decided, hey, I'm gonna record some Minecraft footage for this because I didn't have any footage of Pokemon Home, and I kind of just wanted to get this updated out, and I also wasn't in the mood to make anything about Pokemon Home. Uh, so I was just playing with some mods, with like Terralith and all that. Um, the part of the video that this is going to be going into is the part where I'm on the mushroom island. I'm going to be honest. I was impressed by that. That was like, holy crap, that's a cool mushroom island. And, like, that cave and all that. I don't feel comfortable cutting that footage. So it's like, I'm just putting this editor's note. Yeah. Now a little bit from me. I'm hoping I can get something new soon. I'm hopeful. Just kind of been kind of tired. I made a second channel. It's been in existence for a while, but I put so far just my speed run that I've actually submitted to speedrun.com. Sonic Forces, Frontiers, not Forces. That's garbage. Frontiers. You should check it out. Lumph 2. It's, I think, on my channel, like second, like other channels and all that. So I just thought I'd mention it.